What's going on, team? What's going on, team? Welcome to tonight's isolation session for March 10th, 2025. Hope you guys had a great day today. Hope you guys had a great trading day. A lot of trades today, to be honest with you guys. There were some Bitcoin trades. There was a nice USDCAD trade if you were up for that. If you were up early enough to catch that trade, it was a pretty good trade, not gonna lie. Pairs we're gonna be going over today are the ones that you see with the red folders next to their name, starting off with AU, finishing off with US oil. We're going to be going in order from the top to the bottom. Going to be going over AU, EA, EU, ECAD, GA, GCAD, GJ, GU, US30, USDCAD, USD ZAR, gold, Bitcoin, and oil. But if you guys have any other questions about any other pair, whether or not they're on our list, just let me know. If you guys have any questions at all about anything that I'm looking at, let me know. Again, isolation session, we're pretty much just going to really focus on where we're at. What we're looking for is going to be pretty quick. Shouldn't be longer than 35 to 40 minutes. Could be a little bit less because I'm not really going to be breaking down US30 or gold or Bitcoin or oil on the stream. Those are pairs that I look at personally as well, that I keep updated, but for the sake of the beginner traders, for the sake of the people who continue to lose their accounts because they continue to trade gold and US30 and big pairs like that, I'm not going to be going over those pairs on stream. Here was goody. Long time no see, but glad you're here. So happy you're back. Oh my god, I'm so happy you're back. But yeah, if you guys have any other questions about any other pair, whether or not they're on our list, let me know. If you guys have any questions about anything that we're breaking down, why I'm looking, what I'm looking at, why I'm looking at it the way that I'm looking at, anything at all, just let me know. Again, we're gonna go over the daily time frame. We'll update it if we need to, update our daily highs, daily lows, go to the 4-hour, do the same thing, 4-hour highs, 4-hour lows. Then we'll go to the 30-minute structure and tie it all together like a market structure. Look for our entry models, engulfing candles, 372s, exhaustion candles, inducements, anything like that, and then we'll talk about it and we'll see if we could catch any of the entries. What I do want to do first before we get started, since we did have a watch list for this week already, we had EA, ECAD, GA, GJ, USDCAD. We're gonna go over those pairs first, starting off with EA. Let me make sure I can see my chat too. Right, okay. So EA, we know we were looking for a 30-week high, right? We knew price was gonna give us a new high. Price ended up giving us that new high after it induced the lows. I just want to see how these pairs did. I'll update them in order. ECAD, we're looking for the same thing. We're looking for a new high to be made as soon as the markets open, gave us the new high, went down, gave us an inducement of the lows, then continued to push up to the top side. GA, we're looking for the same thing, a weekly high to be made. Price gave us the push down to the bottom. Very steep pullback today, right? So I really wasn't expecting price to do this towards the end of the session, but it ended up giving us that new high as soon as the markets open, went down, induced the lows, right, and just continued the higher high and higher low that we were looking at. GJ and USD CAD, right? GJ, we're looking for a 3rd-week high, but since we opened with a gap this week, not really expecting price to come back up. However, we do have this gap here still, so we'll talk about that once we get to that pair. And then USD CAD, we're looking for price to give us a new weekly high, right? So this was the trade that we were talking about for today, right? If you were up anywhere between Asia session and London session, you caught a pretty good entry, right? Literally minimum to no drawdown. You got in this, you had a 5-pip drawdown, right? Beautiful trade. Gave us a nice break of structure too, what we were looking for. Now I'm going to be looking for entries here. And we also have a 372, so this is looking perfect. This is definitely the pair that I want you guys to keep an eye on for tomorrow. Now we do have an engulfing candle here. However, it was already used up during yesterday's market session, right? 12:30 we were already using this engulfing candle, so I'm not really expecting this to be a entry point anymore at this point, but we will keep an eye on it. We know we're looking for price to bounce off the 50 EMA and level 3, so we're looking good, just continuing the trend, higher highs and higher lows, and I am looking for price to give me a new weekly high this week, so we'll see how that goes. There's a lot of news surrounding USDCAD specifically. What's good, Michael? So we'll go over that. So AU, again, Any questions, guys, let me know. Should be a pretty quick session. Shouldn't be anything longer than 35 minutes. Anything at all that you guys need, any questions, anything at all, any confusions, just let me know. So AU, we know we're still in A2. We're in the second zone of consolidation, looking for that third and final push to the bottom. Right, what I had mapped out in Sunday's session, right, there's two things I'm looking for on AU. We're either going to be looking for price to come up, fill the 30-minute gap that was left up here on the chart to then start the downtrend push, or we're going to be looking for price to go down, give us the break retest to continue the downtrend push into the previous peak low to finish the third and final push before we continue the push back up to the top side. Right, once we see this, we'll know exactly what we'll be looking for. So right now on the daily time frame, no continuations. Really want to look for is an engulfing candle. Do we have any bearish engulfing candles? Nothing in the daily. We can see prices still respecting the higher highs and higher lows. So right now, just on the daily time frame, I could already see, okay, price wants to push up. Now on the 4 hour, same thing. We know we're making higher highs and higher lows. However, price did give us a nice bearish engulfing candle. So if we start seeing price downtrending, once we start seeing price making lower lows and lower highs, if we could get price to come back up and give us a retest of this zone, then we already know where our next entry level is going to be at. So we have a 4 hour engulfing candle, nice little green red. Every candle has a top and a bottom wick. Second green candle closed above the first, red candle closed below the body of the first green candle. Beautiful engulfing candle. It's exactly what we want to see. Right, no continuations on the 4 hour time frame, as we can see. Right now we had a week of counter rise last week. Once again, just following the trend that we're seeing, higher highs and higher lows. Right, so right now nothing on the 4 hour besides that engulfing candle, which looks good. And on the 30-minute time frame, we had a day of drop yesterday. Today, price gave us 2 days of drop. Perfect. This could be a nice 372 on AU. Again, we want to be very careful taking this trade. And again, the reason why, yes, even though we have a 372 market structure, right, we're still making higher highs and higher lows. So could any of these pullbacks here, right, could this have been a higher low to continue into a higher high? Could this be a higher low to continue into a higher high? Could price even push down to here and give us a higher low to continue into a higher high? It can, right? Remember, daily time frame, right now price is still trending up. 4 hour time frame, price is still trending up, making higher highs and higher lows. So right now we want to be very, very, very careful taking these trades on AU. Right? So either way, we're going to mark it as is. We're looking for a 372. So we'll keep this one here. We're looking for that third day low. Right, and I'm gonna go to the Discord. We'll make sure that I keep this updated. 03/11/2025 watch list. AUDUSD 372. Right, so perfect. AU is the first pair on our list to keep an eye on for tomorrow. This is a pretty big zone. Let me shrink this down just a little bit. Alright, so AU is looking good. Let's go on to the next one. EA. Alright, so EA, we know we are in V2. We're in the second zone of consolidation, looking for that third and final push to the top side. Need a refresher from the beginning. Is there any recordings? Yeah. So if you go to the YouTube and you go to the live tab, you'll see all the recordings. The best ones to watch, especially for the refresher, I would say watch the ones that E made. Those are going to be all the way at the bottom. You'll see those, the weekly market breakdowns. The weekly market breakdowns are the best ones to watch. Those are the ones that we do on Sunday or in the weekend. Sometimes we do them on Saturday. Those pretty much, and I'll link it to you too if you need me to. I got you. Just let me know. Those are going to be the best ones to watch as a refresher, because that's the session that we go over the market maker's pattern, what to look for, structure, right, on every single time frame, the daily, the 4 hour, and the 30-minute. But yeah, every live session that we do, we keep it recorded and we have it posted on the live tab on the channel. Let me know if you need me to link those, the best videos, and I'll link it to you. So yeah, so EA, we finally got the break, right? Well, at this point, let's actually take a step back. Did we get the break, right? Not yet, but it's looking like price wants to push up and give us that break of structure. So EA is looking good. EA is finally giving us that third push that we're looking for. We know we're looking for price to reach the previous highs that we were at. So right now we'll just be looking for continuations. We know we still have this gap at the bottom of the market. Right now price hasn't really given us a pullback. So once we get that pullback, that's when I'll really start looking to take trades here on EA. Right, we had 2 weeks of rise, this week being the third week push. We already got that third week push, so I'm going to delete this. Right, and for right now I have nothing to update on the daily. On the 4-hour, we'll keep this here. We'll update the 4-hour highs once we get new highs being set. And we had 2 days of rise, today being the third day. Right, price already gave us that third push already. As soon as the market opened, it gave us that third push. So I'm not going to mark this as a 372. We're trading at a higher high. I would love for price to give me a pullback before I could continue to take a trade on EA. And we're also trading now higher high, higher low, and higher high. So we're going to just keep this down here. And again, tomorrow morning during the live trading session, we'll update our 30-minute highs, our 4-hour highs, and our daily highs. We'll just wait for price to give us a set high before we do anything with that. So right now for EA, not really looking for anything. I could already turn that off. I already know I'm not going to be looking to take that trade tomorrow. EU, we're in V1. We're in the first zone of consolidation in an uptrend, looking for that second push to the top side. Price gave us inducement to the lows and started the push to the top side. Now, this is another pair that has a gap going counter, right? We have a 30-minute gap here at the bottom. We could see that price finally started giving us higher highs and higher lows, right? Gave us a change of character, higher low, break of structure, higher high. Now we're looking for a pullback. We have a month of rise, no continuations. On the 4-hour, no continuations. We have a week of rise, which is perfect. Price is just kind of moving sideways here now in the 4-hour time frame, as we can see. Which, if we go down to the 30, we'll see exactly that. Right, price is just kind of moving sideways. Gave us a no net for the day, which means price is just moving sideways. We're still trading between the previous higher high and higher low. Right, so right now for EU, I don't really have anything really to say with EU. Before I could take a trade on EU, like I said, I want to see a pullback. That pullback looks like it's going to be on the daily time frame. Right, so just got to be patient with EU. Right, especially with this gap here. Right, would love for price to just come down and give me that gap filling, but oh, that sounded weird. We'll see what price wants to do. Please, I need the past ones. I got you. Hold on, let me actually find that first for you. I'll link you the best videos to watch. You still send me a message on Discord so I could copy and paste the link. Send me a message on Discord and then I'll send you it through there. It's a little bit easier. EURCAD, we are in V1. We're in the first zone of consolidation, looking for that second push to the top side, looking for the break of structure. Right, the last couple of days, price pushed up, gave us the break. We still know we have this gap at the bottom of the market. So again, it's all good. I know that eventually I will be looking for that gap to be filled. Now that we got the break of structure, we know we're looking for a retest, right? We're looking for a pullback. After a break, you always get a pullback. Right now, we have no continuations on the daily time frame. On the 4-hour, we had 2 weeks of rise, right? We have 2 weeks where price was making higher highs and higher lows. This week being the third week, we were expecting price to give us that third week high, and price gave us that push. Right, so right now for EURCAD, we could delete this. Right, first and foremost, daily high. We could update our daily high as well. We'll just have to keep updating this until we get a set high. Once we get a pullback, we'll have a better understanding as to where our daily highs and 4-hour highs are, because price is still pushing up. Right, and then on the 30-minute time frame, once again, price making higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low. We're trading between this higher low here and then this higher high once again. Tomorrow morning we'll have a better zone. Right, we also have 2 days of rise, so tomorrow we'll be looking for that third push, and we can see already that as soon as the market opened, started that push to the top side. Right, so we'll see how this looks tomorrow morning. So EURCAD is another one on our watch list. GA, daily time frame, we're in V2, right? We're actually in level 3 already. We had the break of structure of our zone of consolidation. We had the retest. Once we got the retest, price started pushing to the top side, right? So we're looking good on GA. Let me go ahead and delete all of this real quick. Right, we're talking about looking for a pullback in the 23.6 area. That's exactly what we got. Delete this. Delete this. 2 weeks of rise. This week being the third week, we're looking for that third week push. Price already gave us that third week push, as you guys could see. We already made those new highs. And then on the 30-minute time frame, once again, a lot of these pairs were pretty much at the highest points. We're trading at a higher high. So just keep it simple, right? Keep trading simple. At a higher high, do you want to see price continue to make higher highs and higher highs and higher lows? Or after a higher high, do you want to see price give you a pullback, right? Give you a higher low. So that's pretty much where we're at right now with a lot of these pairs, right? We're trading at a higher high. So before I could even consider taking a trade, I need to see a pullback. There's no questions about that. Once I got a set pullback, that's when I'll start taking trades. Right, so right now for GA, just kind of taking a step back, not really looking for any entries on GA. Once I got that pullback on GA, that's when I'll start looking to take a trade. Right, we also had a nice little engulfing candle, but it missed it by a pip. It missed that retest by literally a pip. GCAD, same thing. Right, we're in level 3 already. We were in the second zone consolidation. We had the pullback, or I'm sorry, we had the break of structure, right? And again, price now is at a higher high. So again, before I could even consider to take a trade on GCAD, I need to see a higher low being made. Once we're at the higher low, that's when I'll start taking a trade again. Right, we had a nice little engulfing candle, but again, this engulfing candle is at a higher high. Also not a valid engulfing because that first red candle does not have a bottom wick. Right, this was another pair that we had 4 weeks. Right, and then on the 30-minute, we have a day of rise, which was yesterday. Today, price gave us 2 days of rise. Perfect. Could we be expecting a 372? Once again, 372 would look perfect on here. However, once again, the fact that we're at a higher high, do you want to take trades at a higher high or do you want to take trades at a higher low? And this is where a lot of people go wrong in trading, is looking at market structure. It's very simple, right? If you know you're trading at a higher high, you know that the possibility of this trade even working out for price to continue to push to the top side is very slim, is very low probability. With that being said, if you decide to take a trade on GCAD, if you decide to take any trade on any of these pairs that are trading at their highs or at their lows in respect to the market structure, you know that you're getting in a trade where you're putting yourself in a situation where you're going to win maybe 50%. It's going to be a 50-50 chance of winning, right? So nonetheless, we're still going to market, right? Because we're still going to wake up tomorrow. We're still going to be looking at these pairs. So I am going to put this in my watch list. So GBPCAD 372 going long. But once again, the fact that we're trading at a higher high, I'm not expecting price to make higher high, higher high, higher high. I'm expecting price to make higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low. 372 is a 3 days of rise or 3 days of drop. 3 days, 72 hours. That's where the name comes from. The 372 is just whenever price gives you 2 days of drop continuation, you're always looking for the third day push. If price gives you 2 days of rise, you know you'll take a third day push to the top side. Right, GJ is another one that's kind of still on my watch list, but I'm not really looking at it too much. Daily time frame, we're still making higher highs and higher lows. 4-hour time frame, we've just been in a zone of consolidation since October, September, right? We had 2 weeks of rise, but this week price gave us a gap in the market, resets the trend. So I'm not really looking for price to continue to push to the top side, right? And as we can see here now in the 30-minute time frame, we still have that gap. So could price come back up and fill that gap? 100%. It just doesn't have to do it today. It doesn't have to do it tomorrow. It doesn't have to do it next week. right now market structure is where I'm at with this, right? And even on our 30-minute, right? Remember what our 30-minute looks like. We had lower low, lower high, lower low, then price went up and gave us a higher high. So all of this in between our 30-minute high and 30-minute low is just noise, right? It's the market makers just trapping traders. And you can see that, right? You can see that at one point, everybody believed that price was going to continue to go short. It consolidated, was just taking traders out, hitting everybody's stop loss, right? Made everybody believe this is where price was going to continue, and it went right back down, hit everybody's stop loss, right? Went right back up, and then did what? Hit everybody's stop loss, and it's still hitting everybody's stop loss, right? So right now for GJ, I'm not really looking to take trades on GJ. GJ for me is one of those pairs that, as of right now, we're kind of just waiting for price to let us know what it wants to do, right? But still trading between this 30-minute high and 30-minute low. So still just going to be patient, right? Last trade I took on GJ was a few weeks ago, right? It was already a month ago, the 11th of February. That was the last trade I took on GJ. So right now just kind of taking a back seat from GJ. Not really going to be trading GJ until I see clean structure. Once I see clean structure, that's when I'll start trading again. But again, we still have these gaps. We know price is going to go back up eventually, so we'll wait for price to turn around and start giving us higher highs and higher lows before we take a trade. Again, guys, any questions, let me know. Any other pairs you guys want me to go over, just let me know, and we'll do that on the stream before we finish. Once again, we're not really going to be talking about US30 or gold or Bitcoin or oil, so once we finish with GU, pretty much USDCAD and USDZAR, there's really nothing going on. So this is a pretty quick session, guys. Not a lot going on in the charts yet. Again, a lot of these pairs are in their higher highs. So before I could even consider to take a trade, I need to see a pullback happen. So, and GU is a very prime example of that, right? And we'll talk about that now in depth. So GU, we are in level 2, pushing up to the top side, right? We had the break of structure, we had the retest. On the retest, price started giving us higher highs and higher lows, which is perfect. We have no continuations on the daily time frame, but we do have an engulfing candle, which is exactly what we want to see, right? Eventually, in the next couple days, in the next couple weeks, I want to see price give me a pullback, and then this is where I want to start looking to take my trades, right? In this area is where I want to start looking to take my trades again on GU. But again, trading at a higher high just makes no sense to me, right? Understanding that we have higher high, higher low, higher high, what does price need to do, right? There's two type of market moves. There's when price is trending, right, making higher highs and higher lows, or lower lows and lower highs, and you have when price is consolidating, right, just moving sideways, giving you a range. Right now, what does it look like GU is doing? It looks like price is just giving us a range. So once again, the best time to take a trade is whenever price gives you a break retest to continue. Look for a trade here, or when price gives you an inducement of the lows and then starts going back to the top side. Or simply price is just going to break, retest the lows, give you the pullback, right? And then this is where we want to start looking to take these trades to go back up to the top side, right? So right now for GU, just kind of got to take a step back just a little bit. Be patient for a few days, wait for price to kind of let us know what it wants to do, and then we'll start attacking the charts, right? And on the 30-minute time frame, we had higher high, higher low, higher high. We're not going to mark this as higher high, higher low, lower low, higher high, lower low. All of this is part of the same trend, right? And we know that we're trading between this higher high here, right? And technically this is a lower low down here, right? Price gave us a little change of character, lower low, right? So we'll mark this as a change of character so we know exactly what it is that we're looking at. We'll mark it as red as well so we know that it's bearish. And we had a day of drops, so no continuations. Right now for GU, just kind of gotta be patient. Wait for price to do what it has to do, and then we'll go on from there. Again, US30, I'm not gonna really speak on this. I'm not gonna be the reason why you guys are messaging me like, hey, I took US30 and lost. You started trading 2 days ago. I don't know how you're trading US30. Right, so right now we're still trading between the same high and same lows, no breaks. On the 4-hour time frame, same thing, no breaks, just wicks. We have a week of drop. Still have crazy amount of gaps at the top and at the bottom of the chart. So again, US30 is one where you just have to follow market structure. right? Candlestick analysis is also very important on US30. The fact that we have exhaustion candles at the lows, in the daily, in the 4-hour, right, the 30-minute, this is going to be very interesting. Price starts giving me higher highs and higher lows in those lower time frames, change of character, break of structures. Best believe I'll be taking those trades. I'm due for another US30 trade, man. It's been too long. It's been 4 days. Right, so US30 is looking good. Keep a very close eye on US30, especially in the lower time frames. Right, if the lower time frame starts giving you higher highs and higher lows, then you know where we're going. It's really that simple. Right, 1 minute time frame, there's not enough pullback. I don't want to say that this is lower low, lower high, lower low, higher high, change of character. Although this could be a pretty good, these could be pretty good zones to look at. Right, so I'll pretty much be looking at US30, where if we don't break these lows down here, pretty much what we're doing now, then I'll start looking for price to go back up to the top side. We're pretty much stuck in this range here from the top to the bottom. We're stuck in this little zone of consolidation, so US30 is looking good. We have a day of drop. We still have that gap at the top of the market, so I'm gonna be very cautious with US30. USDCAD, we're in peak high territory. We have 2 months where price has just been moving sideways, so really nothing here on daily time frame. On the 4-hour time frame, we have 3 weeks of rise. On the 3rd week, gave us a rise drop, so we could be expecting price to give us a new push, a new high this week, which is what we're looking for. That's what we're waiting for. And we can see now on the 30-minute time frame exactly what we talked about in yesterday's session. Right, we had a nice beautiful engulfing candle. We had a price tap into it, gave us a nice beautiful entry, bounce off the 50 EMA and level 3, which is exactly what we want to see for price to continue. Right, but you know me, I'm very patient. What did I want to see before I take a trade? I wanted to see the break of structure. Now we got the break of structure. Now I'm looking for a retest to continue the push to the top side. We also have a 372 for tomorrow, so this is looking good, right? USDCAD right now looks like the best pair to trade. However, again, I want to make it known. Remember the correlation between pairs, right? USDCAD and US30 move opposite of each other. The fact that US30 right now already gave us exhaustion candles to the bottom, if US30 starts climbing up to the top side, then we already know that USDCAD is going to go right back down. Now, why would USDCAD do that? It's very simple. We're in peak high territory. We're in the highest point in the market, right? Not only that, if we go back and we start looking at every rule in the rule book, right, we understand that gaps reset the trend. The fact that we had a gap on the 3rd week push, right, this week at the market open we had a gap. On the 2nd week we also had a gap, right? So I want to be very cautious taking these trades back up to the top side. The fact that, again, candlestick analysis is also very important. The fact that USDCAD gave us an exhaustion candle at these highs already lets me know that, hey, even though we have 2 days of rise, even though we have a break of structure, be very careful taking this trade, right? Those exhaustion candles tell you exactly what you need to see. So just be careful taking these trades if you decide to take them. Right, I'll be looking for more confirmations aside from just the retest. I want to see an engulfing candle. I want to see lower time frame, change of character, break of structures. I want to see everything on the rule book happening before I take the trade. Right, and right now price is still giving us lower lows and lower highs. So just gonna be patient with USDCAD before I pull the trigger on this trade. Right, so right now we know we're trading between this higher low over here. Mike said, crazy wicks, yeah. That was one thing that I was telling Kendall. I'm like, yo, the only thing that would, this morning when we were talking, I was like, the only thing that would ruin USDCAD is if we start getting exhaustion candles at the top, and that's exactly what happened. So just gotta be patient, man. That's all. This game is a game of patience. right? You have your rules in front of you. You understand what it is that you want to look for. If you're patient and just wait for that to happen, then nothing could go wrong. So USD-CAD, we already know what we're looking for. USD-ZAR is another one that I'm not really going to be giving a breakdown. I'm just going to keep it updated for now, right? But we're in V2. We're in the second zone of consolidation, looking for that third and final push to the top side. We still have this gap at the bottom of the zone of consolidation. Price went to the top, gave us an inducement of the highs, and started making lower lows and lower highs. So USD-ZAR is another one where right now just kind of letting price do what it has to do, and then I'll start taking trades when we have another opportunity to take them. This one also had a very ugly candle. If you notice it, this doesn't even have a wick on it. It's literally just a flat body here. So I'm not gonna entertain USD-ZAR right now. Just waiting this one out. And then again, gold, Bitcoin, and oil, same thing, guys. Not really gonna do a breakdown. So that's pretty much it for today. Before we finish, obviously I'll go back to the pairs that we have on our watch list. And again, any questions that you guys have, just let me know. But gold is also in peak high territory. We're in the highest point in the market. Price is pretty much just moving sideways up here. Yes, we have 2 months of rise looking for the third push, but once again we have gaps in the market that reset the trend. So I'm not really paying too much attention to that, right? And then before anything else, I need to see a change of character and a break of structure. The fact that we had a change of character, but it was a exhaustion candle, we can see that price is coming back down to fill that gap up. So just want to be patient with gold. There's really nothing else to go off of on this. Alright, so gold, keep it updated. Bitcoin gave us a nice 372, gave us a nice push down to the bottom. Very beautiful trade for today too in the lower time frame. Gave us a beautiful engulfing candle, I believe in the 5-minute or the 15-minute time frame. That was the 5-minute. 5-minute gave us a nice entry today on Bitcoin. And this happened at 9 in the morning. Kind of missed this trade. I wasn't really keeping an eye on Bitcoin, but that was really beautiful. Right, so then continue that push down to the bottom. And then we have another change of character, lower low here. So just gonna wait this one out. Just waiting this one out. We know we're trading between this 30-minute high and this 30-minute low. Over here, since this is such a small zone, I'm gonna use this entire zone here. Pretty big zone, but it is Bitcoin. It does move pretty big. And then US oil, risk management for the new account. Need to send chart markups after watching the video too. Of course. Yeah, whenever you have those charts marked up, just send them to me and then I'll look over them. And then, whenever you have time, if you ever want to do a one-on-one session, you could always hit me up. I got you. Just keep it simple, you know what I mean? Like, you've already done Propfirms, right? So you kind of already have that understanding of risk management. Right, just treat the account like a Propfirm, right? If something else I would say to start doing is, if you're not confident in a trade or you're not confident in an entry that you're in, instead of risking 2%, 5%, 10%, just risk 1%, right? And see how the trade goes, right? If you're in a trade that you're 100% confident in, then obviously you go in with more leverage, right? You go in with a higher loss size. Risk the 5%, risk the 10%. Keep in mind again, if you risk 10% every single time you trade, you only have 10 tries before you blow the account, right? Opposed to if you're only risking 1%, 2%, you have X amount of trades before you blow the account, right? I would say just focus right now on getting everything dialed, right, back to how it was when you were trading and really on this shit all day. Once you have it dialed, then start hitting those home runs. But like I told you yesterday, man, you got this. There's no way. Like, I know you got this. Out of everybody that I've had the opportunity to talk to, right? I've always said you're at the top. Right? You understand this shit. Now it's just really about dialing it back in. So oil, we're back at the bottom of the zone of consolidation. No continuations. We have a week of drop. Perfect. Still making lower lows and lower highs. Would have loved to have seen a steeper pullback, but price didn't do that. It just gave us a lower low, kind of just consolidated and going right back down to the bottom. So that's okay. Right. Again, I'm not going to be taking any trades out of lower low. Price is still making lower highs and lower lows. Would have loved to have seen a steeper pullback, like I said, even into this area here. And then price ended up giving us another engulfing candle right after this one. So this is another situation like it was a few weeks ago, right? A few weeks ago we had, right, two different engulfing candles in the same spot, right? A 4-hour and a 15-minute. Price only tapped into the 4-hour. I was expecting, again, a steeper pullback for oil this time around. So you can see that I've been tracking down oil, man. I haven't taken an oil trade in a long time. Price has kind of just been moving, but that's okay. Right, it's been a minute, right? You can see all these areas that we had of interest. Give me a second, guys. I'm sorry. Give me 1 second. My bad, guys. Got a phone call. So yeah, oil. The last trade I took was in the beginning of December. So, oil's been one where I've been tracking very silently, and I've missed every single fucking trade. I've missed every single trade since January on oil. It's just not, you know what I mean? Like, it is what it is. Sometimes it is my fault, sometimes it's not. We could just start from up here, right? Sometimes you won't even get the pullbacks that we're looking for, right? I was looking for a steeper pullback here, never got it. Got the pullback here twice, right? Beautiful, right? One happened before I woke up. This one happened right at the NY session. So it's just a lot of missed opportunities, and it is what it is with oil. But just gonna be patient with it. Really, nothing we could do about that, right? Once we get that break of the first zone of consolidation, that'll really tell me the most, right? And again, the reason why I don't really like taking trades down here, the same reasons that I was telling you guys in the previous sessions with oil. Right, at these lows, this is where the market makers have been inducing traders, right? Rejecting lows, going back high, rejecting lows, going back high, rejecting lows, going high, rejecting lows, going high. So it's the same thing down here. So I would much rather just wait, right? Now that we're back at these lows, right? The best time to have taken these trades were anywhere in these areas down here. Now that we're back at these lows again, the best time to take a trade is when price gives us this break, the retest, to then continue, right? So right now for oil, it's just really about being patient. Again, your trading rules are going to be playing out all the time on the charts, right? The question is, are you present at the chart at the time that they give you the entry? If you're not present, then it is what it is. You can't really do anything about it, right? If you're sleeping, you can't take the trade. So that's pretty much it for today, guys. Alright, bet we'll start with chart markups and see how it goes until the end of the month. I can sit on the account. Alright, bet. Yeah. Whatever you feel more comfortable with. If you want to take it at that pace, then definitely I was telling you about Kendall. That's what Kendall's doing right now too. He kind of took a step back to learn the market maker's pattern and everything. He's been doing that for like maybe 2-3 weeks now, and he's just been trading demo. That USDCAD trade that I was showing you guys here with the engulfing candle, he actually took that today. So, and he's doing the same thing. So, it's definitely not a bad idea to just refine what you already know, and then, test it out on demo, test it out, whatever, even if you're trading a penny, 10 cents on your account, just to kind of get back on it. There's nothing wrong with that at all. If anything, that's the best thing to do, to be honest. I say this a lot on these streams. Even Mike could tell you. I'm a very big advocate for people to start trading demos. I'm not really after all the bullshit with the prop firms, especially, you've been around longer than these people, so you've seen the ups and downs of prop firms, so you already know how that goes. But any other questions, guys? Any other pairs you guys want me to go over? Anything you guys want me to explain again? Anything you guys want me to show? Let me know. Once again, the pairs on my watch list pretty much is AU, ECAD, and GCAD. They're offered 372s. There's some 372s that look better than others. Again, a lot of these pairs for this week is just very difficult to trade when you're trading at higher highs, right? If it's in an uptrend, then you're at a higher high. Eventually price is gonna come back down and give you a higher low. So it really does suck trading when you're kind of in these areas where price is just at these highs. But regardless, if you're looking for your rules, you're looking for price to do what it has to do in your zones, your points of interest, then you could take that trade to continue. However, we could even just see how price is reacting even with GCAD still making these lower lows and lower highs. So not really a lot to go on. Not really too much to look at. But we will continue to trade and we'll see what happens. We'll be back tomorrow morning. Tomorrow will be the first live trading session. I don't know how long. It's been a minute that I haven't done a live trading session, but tomorrow we'll be up. Even if price already gave you STP or ADR for the day, I'm still gonna turn the stream on. I'm still gonna talk about the pairs. We'll still look at them, talk about them, see what it is. Even if the stream is only 30 minutes, 45 minutes tomorrow morning, it is what it is. We'll go on from there. So, all good, man. Thanks as always. No problem, Mr. Mike. No problem. All right. No questions in the chat. No worries. Oh, let me check Discord. Questions in Discord? Yes, sir. Ski. Alright, hold on before I turn the stream off. So I'm gonna send you the link where all the live tabs are in. Right? And then I'm gonna show you the... Well, hold on. Why am I doing it this way? I'm stupid. Hold on. YouTube. Let me do it this way. Go to my videos. No, but I don't want to go to my videos there. I want to go to my channel, man. There you go. And then we're gonna go down all the way to the bottom. And we've done a lot of live sessions on here already. It's crazy to think about. Daily Forex market breakdown, Forex, daily Forex, weekly market breakdown. Copy link. Weekly market breakdown. Daily, weekly, daily, weekly. Well, that didn't copy and paste correctly. Copy link. Copy link. Alright. Good, thanks. To be honest, every isolation session got gems. Structure, change the character to BLS, stop process behind every trade. Yeah, I mean, even the isolation sessions, right? A lot of the isolation sessions definitely have a lot of good gems, but it's difficult to kind of go back and say, oh, this isolation session is better than the other. You know what I mean? Like this one for today didn't really have anything, right? Because I mean, there was nothing on the charts. There's not really enough information on the charts for me to sit here and break down everything piece by piece how I've done it in the last couple sessions. Um, You know what I mean? So that was a good thing with Kendall, that Kendall just took it upon him to watch every single isolation session. Um, he hasn't watched every single, but you know, he would go back and watch the some of the videos playing back. But like I know for sure 100%, I know the sessions that he did, especially the weekly market breakdowns. Like I know he goes into detail with every single fucking session that he does, no matter what. So that's why I always kind of go back and link people those videos aside from the isolation sessions, because there'll be some isolation sessions where 90% of the pairs is just me kind of going through them, and then there's one or two or three pairs where I do go down into structure and talk about everything else and talk about the internal structure and draw it out. But I know I don't do that every single session, so it's kind of difficult to know which ones I did do that in, which ones I didn't do it in. So, but like I say, you know, what we do on the charts, we do it every day. It's the same thing. Every single pair is traded the exact same way. We're looking for the same exact things every single day. So a lot of these sessions are just repetitive. You know what I mean? But that's what trading is. Trading should be repetitive, right? If trading feels brand new to you every single day, then there's something going on. There's something wrong. There's something that's not locking in. Um, but yeah, man. Any questions? Any advice? You know, anything else you guys want to talk about before we finish off tonight's session, let me know. Because even the weekly market breakdown that we did this weekend wasn't bad, right? I'll link you that one too, in your Discord actually. Let me go ahead and go back and find it, right? Because that isolation session was not bad at all for this weekend. Um, live tab, live weekly market breakdown. Yeah, it was an hour and 25 minutes. Get shareable link. Because we did have some questions in that most recent weekly market breakdown that could be really good for everybody to watch too. So, alright, I'm gonna ask one more time. Any questions before I get off? Anything else? Anything else at all? Any other pairs you guys want me to go over? Again, whether or not they're on our list, let me know. By the way, Mike, I did see one chart that you had. I believe it was NU. Uh, it wasn't NU. What pair was it? You sent me a pair. Let me see. I'm actually gonna go back and see it real quick before. That was the only pair that I saw, and I saw it this morning when I told you that I saw it. Um, there was one pair you asked me if structure was good. I believe it was the first picture. Yeah, it was Euro NZD. This pair, I mean, brother, there's really nothing here. Um, you know, like yes, we could kind of see that we have right the peak low and the peak high, but peak low was never broken, right? Price just kind of continued. So there's really no present market makers pattern here on ENZD, which is a big reason, right? Pretty much what I was telling you yesterday. I think I said this morning when we were in a call, but it's a big reason as to why if a certain pair doesn't have a current market makers pattern, then there's nothing to trade. I wouldn't even keep it on my watch list, right? Because like yeah, we could see how price is moving, but there is no present market makers pattern. Price never gave us the three pushes to the bottom. It gave us one push, first zone of consolidation, right, and then went just right back up to the top side. Just completely disregarded the market makers pattern, right? So ENZD, I really wouldn't even there's nothing here, right? So like that, you know, we wouldn't even pay attention to ENZD. There's really nothing here for us to kind of take a trade on. This might be one of those situations where we haven't seen before, but this might be like a higher time frame structure. And even in the higher time frame, we could see this is going back to the 88, right? 1988. We could see that price was just moving sideways, right? And where price was moving sideways was a zone of consolidation right on the 800 EMA. We have the break of structure, and we're getting the retest. So could this be a situation where the market maker's pattern is just on a higher time frame than it usually is? It could be that reason. It could be that, right? Or could this be a situation where the market maker's pattern is on a lower time frame, right? That could also be something that could be the reason as to why price is moving the way that it is. But even if we're looking at it on the 4-hour time frame, right, where would we mark up what we need to mark up, right? There's really we don't have enough data here on TradingView. Again, like I said, I only have until 2021, but you know, if we look at it, right, we have the lowest point, which is down here, and price was just kind of pushing up until here. So could we say that we're in a 4-hour time frame market makers pattern where we have, right, level 1 is all of this, right, and then all of this is the first zone of consolidation, right on the 800 EMA, and then now we have level 2. This could be a situation where we're in level 2, right? So I don't know. ENZD is gonna, I would just, since I don't have enough data here on TradingView, right? Maybe if we were back on MetaTrader, where you could see the charts on any time frame and go as far back as you can, then maybe I would have this on my chart. But ENZD is just one of those situations where there's not enough data for us to kind of sit here and continue to take trades on it. So I don't even pay attention to this one. But yeah, this definitely could be that, right? This could definitely just be a lower time frame market makers pattern structure. It could be on the 4-hour, it could be on the 1-hour. But just looking at it from the daily time frame, right? There's not enough, right? This just doesn't look clean. There's really nothing for me here to be able to give you solid notes on this pair. There's not enough data. Again, could we go back and say that this is level 2? Yeah, we can, but we would just be kind of assuming. This is just we're pretty much playing a guessing game when it comes to ENZD. That's all this is at this point. So that's that's another big reason as to why most of these pairs that you see that I don't even have on, like EJ is the same thing as GJ, right? Is the exact same structure as GJ, is doing the same thing. It just doesn't even look clean. There's nothing for us here to be like, this is exactly what price is gonna do and this is what we're looking for. There's none of that, right? So just gotta, what I told Kendall, right? If I don't want to say this to you, but I do at the same time, because I don't even want to say this on the live stream, but I'm gonna say it. If a certain pair that you're looking at doesn't have a clean market makers pattern, don't even look at it, right? It was the same thing that me and E started doing when we got on TradingView, which was, yo, let's not even focus on the pairs that move less than 50-40 pips, because we already know that those pairs, by the time we wake up for the NYC session, those pairs are already going to be moving. They already did the move. So that's the reason why we only look at pairs that move over 50 pips on a day-to-day basis, right? And it's the same thing with the market makers pattern. Like, if there's no valid market makers pattern present on the chart, then there's just no point in looking for that trade. There's no point in looking at that pair. So I would kind of say the same thing for you, right? If you see that a certain pair just doesn't have a clean market makers pattern, don't even focus on it, because it just mainly is going to confuse you, because you're going to at a point where you're going to be seeing things just to believe it at that point, right? You're going to say, well, oh, 800 EMA is here and here, and this is high and this is low, it has to be this. But like, no, there, again, for a pair specifically like the one that we just went over, like ENZD, there is no present market makers pattern. Just leave that one alone. Don't even waste your time looking at that. But well, we got GJ off. Right, so we'll continue to monitor GJ, man. GJ is at the low of consolidation once again, where price has been rejecting lows. Still don't really have a clean break of these lows. But we have no higher highs and higher lows being made on any time frame. Price is still just making lower low, lower high. Price is just kind of consolidating here. 30-minute time frame, price is just consolidating, right? Lower time frame, we can see that price is making lower lows and lower highs. We have no real support or resistance here either, if we could use that terminology. There's not enough on GJ for me to be comfortable or confident to take any of these trades. Again, the only thing that looks good for GJ is the fact that we have that gap at the top of the market, Could we get an aggressive entry here on GJ? It could possibly be a nice aggressive entry, but again, I hate taking trades on pairs that don't look good. But this is what we're going to do. We're going to give it 3 minutes. We'll give it till 8 p.m. to see exactly what price wants to do. If price gives us this engulfing candle, then let's look at this in a lower time frame, bro. Maybe in a lower time frame we'll get something. Right, so on the 1 minute, right? Nothing on the 1 minute either. We're pretty much just still trading lower low. Right, we're pretty much still making lower low, lower high, and once again, what am I looking at? Right, you had lower low, lower high, lower low, higher high, and then price went all the way down. Right, we got the break happened here. Right, all the way down and made a lower low change of character. So we're trading between this 1 minute high and this 1 minute low. So we don't even have 1 minute structure to say, oh, we had a change of character break of structure. None of that. Right, price is still just making lower low, lower high, lower low. Price could go all the way up to here, make a lower high, continue into a lower low. Price could go up to here, make a lower high, lower low. Price could go up to here, make a lower high, lower low. So taking any of these positions going long at this point just don't really make any sense. Right, price is still just pushing down. So we got to be patient with this. Again, could this be an aggressive trade? Could this be an aggressive entry for an engulfing candle on the 30-minute time frame? It could be very aggressive. Could it work out? It could. But again, if you take this trade today and it works out, and then you see the same setup tomorrow, and you take it, what's the probability of this working out? It's very low probability. So just keep that in mind whenever you take a trade, right? That should be the first question in your head before you take a trade. If I take this trade, is it a good setup? And again, if you take the same setup another day, is it going to work or is it not going to work? Right, and that's why I'm very patient with my trades, right? I learned that the hard way when I first started learning how to trade. But we'll give this again, I'll give this another minute. Any questions, anything you guys want me to go over, anything you guys want me to explain, from the time that we're just waiting here, just let me know. So what would you would help me to see cleaner pattern, because I know off the back I'm looking for peak high, peak low, and from above to below EMA. That's pretty much it, to be honest with you. Like there's really nothing else that could help you see that clearly, more clear than what it can be, to be honest. Because that's really all you need, right? If price is below or above the 800, you have the previous peak high, previous peak low, you have the 3 pushes, the 2 zones of consolidation. There's really nothing else that you're missing when it comes to that. And again, just looking at the screenshots, because I just scrolled through them, like, it's not like you don't know what you're looking at. Like, you're doing a good job at being able to do that. And then especially coming through every isolation session and weekly market breakdown, like, that's definitely has helped your chart vision. So even like this that you sent me at 1244, right, that I just checked marked, right, that's perfect, right? Being able to see that with the path to, and understanding that higher highs and higher lows, in between higher highs and higher lows, you'll have internal structure that's just noise. It's not really part of the overall structure, right? So yeah, just kind of scrolling through these, there's not more that you could really get to see it clearly. Like that's really the only thing you need, right? So here we could see this engulfing candle on the 30-minute. We have to retest. Once again, what I'm gonna do on this session, and then tomorrow morning we'll go through it, is I'm just gonna add this long position here again. I'm not taking this trade, I'm just doing this for the stream purposes, so you guys could see the difference between high probability and low probability. And again, if this trade ends up working out, then it is what it is, right? And again, lower time frame, we have nothing. Price is still making lower lows and lower highs, right? So we'll see how this looks tomorrow morning when we get back up on the charts. But I know it's easy to see some than others, like AUG with some other pairs. Yeah, exactly. You'll definitely have more pairs. You'll have some pairs that are easier to see than others, 100%. Some other pairs, it'll still be present, but it's just going to be a little bit more difficult to see, which is okay. That all just boils down to the chart vision, right? The more you see it, the easier it gets. So but alright guys, any other questions before we head out? Just let me know. Give you guys another minute. If not, then we'll be done for tonight. We'll be back again tomorrow morning for the live trading session at 6 a.m. from 6 a.m. to 10:30 a.m. Eastern time. Now we making lower low and lower highs. That's why it's not really gonna work. Watch some isolation session. You say it all the time. Yep, exactly. The reason this engulfing won't work. Yep, that is definitely the reason. One of the reasons why this engulfing won't work. Right. The only thing saving GU or GJ, the only thing saving GJ is the fact that we have that gap at the top of the market. That's the only thing. But aside from that, again, every single time frame we go to, price is still making lower lows and lower highs. Right? Daily time frame, lower lows and lower highs. 4-hour time frame, lower lows and lower highs. 4-hour time frame, we're actually just stuck in the zone of consolidation. Right? Again, something else that could potentially save this is the fact that we're at the bottom of the zone of consolidation. We already have these exhaustion candles, but price came right back down to the bottom. So GJ structurally, candlestick wise and everything, candlestick analysis, like there's too much noise going on for GJ right now. Right? There's not enough information on GJ, or good information I would say, for me to be confident in this trade. Right? There's no EMA bounces on the lower time frames. There's no change of character break of structures. Again, lower time frames, we're still making just lower lows and lower highs. So this is pretty similar reasonings as to why, not really, because USDCAD at least gave us a change of character, but there's really nothing else here to go off on besides that engulfing candle. But again, we'll see this tomorrow. Again, end of the day, where would I start looking to take a trade on GJ is, again, if and when price breaks these highs over here. Right? I'm okay with missing this entry. I'm okay with that because, again, it's all about game of pips. Right? I'm okay with missing, just so you guys can see the perspective. I'm okay with missing 42 pips, because if I could get the lower time frame change of character break of structure and for price to continue to push to the top side, right? I miss 42 pips to catch 145. I'm okay with that. Right? I'm okay with missing 40 pips. I don't need to catch the bottom entries every single time I trade. I'm okay with that. Right? Especially when the entry is low probability. Right? Now, if price from tomorrow till Wednesday, if price ends up pushing up to the top side and gives us that change of character and price starts making higher highs and higher lows in the lower time frame, then best believe that by the end of the week I'll catch a trade on GJ to continue this push up to the top side. There's no doubt about it. Right? But right now, where price is at, how price is moving, it's way too low probability for me to even pull the trigger on this entry. Right? So, well, alright guys, since no more questions in the chat, that'll pretty much be it for me. We'll see you guys tomorrow morning for the live trading session, and then we'll be back again tomorrow evening for the isolation session at 7 p.m. Hope you guys have a good rest of your night. We'll see you guys tomorrow morning. Peace out.